because some people are they're not as comfortable to ask directly, and they put them to the student through the student portal,
Sure.
and sometimes we don't go through them, so it becomes a little bit disadvantageous for them. So we try to make sure that they have a chance, inshallah. The first question, Sheikh Al Kareem, is starts like this: Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Shomali.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
This question is about dignity versus the nafs. If a person was being verbally attacked by another person, how would one differentiate for themselves if they are responding to that attack to defend their honor and dignity, or if they are responding to meet the needs of their nafs?
Yes. This is a very good question, and it can very much vary. It depends on the situation. Who is that person? What is his intention or her intention? Is it the first time, or it's repeated? Is it systematic or it's random? So there are lots of things to consider. But the best thing is, if you can control yourself and don't answer when you are angry or upset, and when you have some time to cool down and reflect and see it through, I think many times you yourself would understand that here, is it necessary to answer to protect your dignity, or your answer is not going to change anything, or that person didn't mean to humiliate you, just made a mistake, or was not careful, etc. So if possible, and 99% of time it's possible, although we think it's not possible, but 99% is possible, keep thinking and take your time and let your anger goes down, and this like a boiling kettle, so boiling, you should unplug it and let it cool down, and then inshallah think about it. Maybe sometime you consult, and then if needed you can give a better answer, and hopefully that person also better appreciates, because that person also had some chance to think about what he said, and he's no longer angry, and maybe he is remorseful. So if possible, do this. In any case, there is no one single answer, and depends on who is that person, why he said it, is it repeated or not, etc. And my understanding is that many times actually when we answer when we are angry, we humiliate ourselves more, and many times unfortunately we say things which are not right, and we overdo things, and so we were mazloom, and then we become ourselves zalim.
Thank you so much, Sheikh.
You're welcome.
There's one question from our brother in New Jersey, Dr. Farouk. Are you able to connect?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Sheikhna. Thank you so much for the lecture today and
Allah
the
bless you.
discussion, as always. Allah bless you.
Thank you.
I have a question, and maybe this is more of interest. I don't know it's necessarily going to sort of change the practicality, but it's back to Ruh al-Qudus. Forgive me, I'm outside, I'm wearing a mask, so that's why my voice may sound muffled.
Yeah, and it seems the people who are around you, they don't have mask.
So you are right, Sheikhna. You have telepathic properties here, because I'm in high school and the children are playing soccer here.
Yes.
He's playing soccer, so
yes.
that you can hear it. So subhanallah. May Allah give you more tawfiq for these telepathic properties.
May Allah bless you.
So again, I really appreciated the conversation about Ruh al-Qudus, and it's very interesting to learn. So I'm asking from an academic perspective, just from my interest. There are some hadith that may have alluded to Ruhul Qudus being Jibreel alayhi salam. But in your assessment, in your conversations today, you were explaining that maybe Ruhul Qudus is a creation from the Holy Prophet and with the Holy Prophet because of the spiritual state of the Holy Prophet. So so are those are those hadith about Jibreel maybe less understand? Is the explanation you were providing probably most likely the most probable explanation of Ruhul Qudus, and the other explanations that we may find in a hadith maybe of lesser significance? Is that the way to best understand Ruhul Qudus? And I would be very interested in listening to the lectures on Ruhul Qudus from the Fuqala, inshallah.
Inshallah, I will find the link and share with you. Our scholars have different views, but because of these hadiths that we have from Amirul Mu'mineen, from Imam Sadiq, it's very difficult to say Ruhul Qudus refers to Jibreel, because it's khalqun a'zam min Jibreel. Or for example, تنزل الملائكة والروح. Malaika includes Jibreel, but here we have Ruh after Malaika. Although those who say Ruh means Jibreel, they say it's atf khas al-am. But some hadith says no, this Ruh is not one of the Malaika, it's greater than Malaika. So there are different views among our scholars, even among the Shia. But I think you find it very common among the Shia to say that Ruhul Qudus is different from Jibreel. But then to relate it to the Prophet himself, that is more mystical. But when we are just at the level of for example Quran and Ahadith, maybe we can say a creature greater than Jibreel and Mikael, who supported prophets, supported our Prophet, supports mu'mineen, responsible for guidance and for affirmation. So this is that much that at least we can with peace of mind say.
Shaykh, Jazakumullah khair. This has been very helpful to sort of further understand so thank you so much for the additional insights and answering the question. Allah bless you and your family.
May Allah bless you, inshallah. Allama Tabatabai also has some discussion, and if you want, also in Al-Mizan, volume 13, page 196 to 198, he has also some discussion, and he also prefers that the Ruh is different from Jibreel. When we say Tanazzalul Malaikatu wa Ruh.
One more time, if you can give us that. Sorry to interrupt you while you're speaking.
Al-Mizan, volume 13, Arabic Al-Mizan, volume 13, pages 196 to 198.
Is there the translation of the English of that section, or that's still in the do you know?
I am not sure, but we can look and see whether we find it. Maybe if there is interest, we can talk more about Holy Spirit. I think this is one of the areas that the Shia have good points to discuss with our Christian brothers and sisters, because for them Holy Spirit is very important. Of course, one person of Trinity. For non-Shia, normally it's just Jibreel. For us, it's something between Jibreel, because it's khalqun a'zam min Jibreel, but it still is khalq, is a creation. So we have a position in between Sunnis and Christians, and for us Ruhul Qudus is very important. So it's very good to discuss this sometimes with some Christian scholars, to see that the Shia have some clearer understanding than some other Muslims about Ruhul Qudus, the Holy Spirit. At least inshallah I will share with you the link, inshallah, and maybe if there is interest we can discuss. Many years ago, when I was in Imam Khomeini Institute, I asked one of our brothers to do his dissertation on Ruhul Qudus, and he did his dissertation on this. But unfortunately, I don't have a copy of that. It was in Farsi, and it was very, good dissertation about Ruhul Qudus.
Once again, Sheikhna, sorry, one more time, if you can share the page numbers. I'm just sending the message.
196 to 198, volume 13.